Do you feel like you're drowning in school stress, unable to catch your breath? What if I told you there's a way to break free from this cycle and actually enjoy your education? Welcome to a video that's not just about managing school stress, but about revolutionizing your approach to learning. We're going beyond the usual advice of get organized or take breaks. Instead, we're delving into the psychological underpinnings of academic anxiety and unveiling strategies that can transform your entire educational experience. First, let's tackle the root of school-related worrying, the fear of failure. This isn't just about getting bad grades. It's about the perceived implications of those grades on your future. But here's a truth bomb: your grades don't define your intelligence or your potential for success. Consider the concept of growth mindset, popularized by psychologist Carol Dweck. It's not just about believing you can improve. It's about understanding the neuroplasticity of your brain. Every time you struggle with a concept and finally grasp it, you're literally rewiring your neural pathways. This process, called neurogenesis, continues throughout your life. So when you're stressing over a difficult subject, remember, you're not just learning content. You're upgrading your brain's hardware. Now, let's talk about a counterintuitive approach to reducing school stress, embracing difficulty. Psychologist Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi's concept of flow states that we're happiest when we're challenged just beyond our current abilities. Instead of avoiding hard classes or assignments, seek them out. The key is to find the sweet spot between boredom and overwhelming anxiety. But how do you find this balance? Start by reframing your perception of difficulty. When you encounter a challenging task, instead of thinking, "This is too hard," try, "This is my chance to grow." This isn't just positive thinking. It's a practical approach to engaging your brain's reward systems. Each small victory in understanding a complex topic releases dopamine, reinforcing your motivation to learn. Now, let's address a major source of school stress: the comparison trap. In the age of social media, it's easy to feel like you're falling behind when you see peers posting about their achievements. But here's the kicker: comparing your journey to others is not just stressful, it's scientifically unsound. Consider the concept of multifinality in developmental psychology. This principle states that similar starting points can lead to different outcomes, and different starting points can lead to similar outcomes. Your educational journey is uniquely yours, influenced by countless variables. Worrying about how you measure up to others is not only unproductive. It's based on a fundamental misunderstanding of how personal development works. Instead of comparing yourself to others, focus on competing with your past self. Keep a progress journal where you regularly reflect on what you've learned and how you've grown. This practice not only reduces stress but also enhances your metacognitive skills, your ability to understand your own thought processes, which is crucial for effective learning. Let's pivot to an often overlooked aspect of school stress: the physical environment. Your study space isn't just about having a clean desk. It's about creating a neurologically optimized environment for learning. Consider the concept of embodied cognition, which suggests that our physical environment directly impacts our cognitive processes. Experiment with different study locations, not just for variety, but to create specific neural associations. For example, use a particular spot for math problems, another for writing essays. Now, let's tackle one of the biggest stressors: time management. Forget about rigid schedules and to-do lists. Instead, embrace the concept of time boxing combined with the Pomodoro technique. Allocate specific time blocks for tasks, but here's the twist: use a timer and race against it. This gamification taps into your brain's competitive instincts, making study sessions more engaging and less stressful. But what about those moments when stress seems overwhelming? Here's where we bring in some cutting-edge neuroscience. The next time you feel panic rising, try this: cross your arms over your chest, placing each hand on the opposite shoulder. Now, alternately tap each shoulder while focusing on your breath. This bilateral stimulation technique, derived from EMDR therapy, can help regulate your nervous system and reduce acute stress. Let's address another major stressor: the fear of public speaking or class presentations. Instead of trying to eliminate your nerves, harness them. The physiological signs of nervousness, increased heart rate, sweaty palms, are identical to excitement. By reframing your self-talk from "I'm so nervous" to "I'm excited to share what I know," you can transform anxiety into productive energy. Now, let's talk about the power of questioning. Many students stress because they're afraid to ask questions, fearing they'll look stupid. But here's a paradigm shift. Asking questions isn't a sign of ignorance. It's a sign of intelligence. It shows you're actively engaging with the material and thinking critically. Take it a step further. Don't just ask questions to clarify. Ask questions that challenge assumptions. This practice, known as Socratic questioning, not only deepens your understanding but also makes learning more engaging and less stressful. Plus, it impresses teachers and peers alike. Let's address a common source of school stress: group projects. Instead of dreading them, see them as opportunities to develop crucial life skills. Use the strengths-based approach from positive psychology. Identify each team member's strengths and allocate tasks accordingly. This not only makes the project more efficient but also reduces interpersonal stress. Now, let's talk about a controversial topic: the role of failure in education. Our school system often treats failure as something to be avoided at all costs, but this mindset is fundamentally flawed. Embrace the concept of productive failure, a term coined by education researcher Manu Kapoor. It suggests that struggling with a problem before being taught the solution leads to deeper, more transferable learning. Next time you're faced with a difficult problem, resist the urge to immediately seek help. Spend time grappling with it, even if you don't succeed. This struggle primes your brain for learning and makes the eventual solution more meaningful and memorable. Let's dive into the role of sleep in learning and stress management. It's not just about getting enough hours. It's about optimizing your sleep cycles for learning. Consider the sleep sandwich technique. Review important information right before bed, then again immediately upon waking. This leverages your brain's natural consolidation processes during sleep to enhance memory retention. Now, let's address an often neglected aspect of school stress: the impact of nutrition on cognitive function. The food you eat doesn't just fuel your body. It shapes your brain's ability to handle stress and process information. Consider incorporating foods rich in omega-3 fatty acids, like walnuts or fatty fish, which have been shown to improve cognitive function and reduce anxiety. But nutrition isn't just about what you eat. It's also about when you eat. Experiment with intermittent fasting or time-restricted eating. Some studies suggest that these practices can enhance cognitive function and resilience to stress. Just be sure to consult with a healthcare professional before making significant changes to your diet. Let's talk about the power of movement in reducing school stress. We're not just talking about regular exercise, though that's crucial. Incorporate micro-movements throughout your study sessions. Stand up and do a quick set of jumping jacks between subjects. This boosts blood flow to your brain and triggers the release of BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor, a protein that supports neuron growth and plasticity. Now, let's address the elephant in the room: technology and its role in school stress. While it's easy to vilify smartphones and social media, the key is not to avoid technology but to leverage it effectively. Use apps that employ spaced repetition algorithms for more efficient studying. Explore virtual reality applications that can make abstract concepts more tangible and engaging. But also be aware of the downside of constant connectivity. Implement digital sundowns where you disconnect from devices at least an hour before bed. Let's wrap up with a powerful yet often overlooked stress reduction technique: teaching others. When you explain a concept to someone else, you're forced to organize your thoughts and identify gaps in your understanding. This process, known as the protege effect, not only reinforces your own learning but also boosts your confidence, reducing overall academic stress. In conclusion, managing school stress isn't about avoiding challenges or finding shortcuts. It's about rewiring your approach to education, leveraging cutting-edge psychological and neurological insights to transform stress into growth. Remember, every moment of struggle is an opportunity for your brain to evolve. Embrace the challenge, trust the process, and watch as your educational journey becomes not just less stressful, but genuinely exhilarating. So, are you ready to stop just surviving school and start thriving? The choice is yours. Your brain is waiting to be unleashed. Let's make it happen.